many moons ago. And so far, Ning's Lee Sin has been shaky at best, so maybe that's an area that the early ganking of a Camille and Jankos in particular can link up with the team and shut down the previous topside advantage that IG have been monopolizing.
And when you look at that Camille's pairing with Lissandra, that is certainly a duo who can attack and take down a LeBlanc. Very little outplay to the Camille ultimate, into the Lissandra ultimate, on Rookie, locking him down.
I think of all three drafts we've seen so far, this one seems the most well put together on the side of G2 Esports. This is the one that you can look at and be the most confident in if you are that squad in saying, yes, we can take this, we can make this work to our win conditions, as opposed to the previous two, which were just really, really heavily focused on Jackie Love to not much benefit.
But we should say there is a cost to this for the side of G2. Their draft is not two strong split pushers who will have kill pressure and turret pressure in a 1-3-1. Yes, Lissandra and Aurelia can both hit the side lane, but it usually falls into a 4-1 around the Aurelia rather than actually putting up Lissandra as an assassin side lane.
Well, this could be it for G2 Esports. They've got to find the win here, and then they'll have to find it 2 more times to come back and claim victory. Or Invictus Gaming just could put the final nail in the coffin on this one. Teams are out onto the Rift again. The same sides we've seen so far. IG feeling comfortable here on the blue end of the map. Keep your eyes on Ning, especially this game, on that Lee Sin, seeing how well he performs. Papa Smitty, you already mentioned he hasn't had the greatest games on it so far. And going up against Jankos, who, yes, he had that big cask as the last one that we saw him land in the last game, but he also seemed very shaky early on.
Yeah, and we have to really look at G2 and see, how they are doing mentally, coming out of 2 very devastating games where you must be feeling a little bit shell-shocked. They have to be able to stabilize. They have to be able to kind of regain that calm and composure that they use so well against RNG.
And IG, when you're facing a Camille jungle with Lissandra and Aurelia as the solo lanes, need as much information about Camille's path as possible, because level 2 Camille can combo so well with the 2 solo lanes here that there is kill threat. So any information they can get to make the Camille predictable is very important for IG. They have 1 advanced Ghost Porrow we saw put down by the Shy, but otherwise not complete information available for the side of IG.
We'll see both junglers start off on the bottom side of the map there, as Wonder will clear away that Ghost Porrow from the Shy. He tries to find the slam, does manage to get the auto attack down, but doesn't look like he'll get too much more for now, and Wonder just makes his way into the wave. Rookie versus Perks here in the mid lane. Perks so far not having himself a fantastic series when he is the guy who has stepped up so much for the side of G2 Esports. A little bit of trading going on down bottom, but top side also just the Shy. Game number 1, he plays Akali. They're like, all right, we got to stop that. That's not going to work. Game 2, he plays Jace. Like, okay, now we got to ban Akali and Jace, and now we'll see if he can make this Aatrox pick really sing when G2 hasn't found any success on it for themselves with their solo laners so far.
They certainly haven't, and you have to feel like G2 needs to get those solo laners going. They need to have success from these members in this 3rd game. For them to be able to come back and win this series, it has to be the sort of effort that was put forth by Perks against RNG, where he's able to take over, where he's able to get out to the side lanes and really have a lot of pressure across the map.
And he's gone for this more utility pick style champion with the Lissandra, has gone Aftershock, which has been the tournament meta keystone, for some reliability. We wondered where we would see the Camille go. Waiting for it to pop in.
Rookie getting himself back all right there. Jankos does show up in mid lane, but Rookie on that LeBlanc is plenty safe.
Coordination not quite on point there, but still very strong 2v2 if they decide to invade. Hook shots available. They're actually seeing if they can find Lee Sin.
Or maybe dive.
Oh, if Ning face checks this, he's going to be in some trouble. Over the wall comes
He failed
Perks,
his
looking to
ward.
find the lockdown, and the damage is there. It's first blood for G2.
Ning was looking for a ward hop back over the wall, but he actually failed the ward placement, and now they can turn this into a dive on the Shy. This is huge for G2.
Shy already had to use the flash. Jankos going in, finding the dive, and Perks makes sure that he's part of the second one as well and grabs the kill.
That's the sort of moment G2 fans have been waiting for. Very good understanding of how powerful Perks and Jankos would be on the roam. Not discouraged by missing out on that mid lane kill. You note the mechanical error on Lee Sin that we foreshadowed with Ning not being on comfort here. This was a very much a jump scare, basically a Friday the 13th moment, and he failed on that particular jump.
He certainly did, and you have to say, he should have been expecting that G2 was coming up here. They knew Lissandra was missing, that they had the push, that Camille was on the top side of the map, and yet Ning face checks in, gives up his life, and in doing so, also forfeits the Shies, and puts him very far behind. So an incredible start for G2, and this is just what you need to build that confidence back up after two very, very rough games.
And especially for G2, it's Perks and it's Jankos getting this ball rolling, making these things happen. Perks is the guy on this team who participates in far more kills than everybody else on the squad. You can see right there, 6th overall in terms of kill participation, while the rest of the team is much, much lower. This guy makes things happen.
And he's the emotional core of the team. He's the only returning G2 member from their 4 consecutive EULCS titles in a row. So many of his other members left the team. He's the only one remaining. So for him to perform as he did in that Game 4 and Game 5 to get them to the semifinals, him getting a good start rather than being pushed in and skill checked by the LeBlanc or by Rookie in general in the mid lane, makes so much upside for G2 going into the remainder of this game.
It certainly does, and we know how IG plays from ahead, but we have yet to see them have to play from behind, to play from disadvantages, and that is a world in which the Shy and Ning are living.
Rookie might find himself jumped on here in the mid lane. Does manage to get himself out with a distortion. Walks back up, but this is what G2 likes to do. It's setting Wadid up to roam, to rotate, to try to help out those solo lanes and really get them going. Rookie's not going to fall victim to it right now, but up in the top side, the Shy also finds himself falling behind Wonder after that initial death that he had. Wonder looking to go in, start this fight off here, but Ning shows up, reinforcements arrive, but they won't do anything with it. Wonder gets himself back as mid lane it's Wadid looking to go in here yet again. Claw goes forward, Perks looking to find the damage. Chain comes out from Rookie, looking to find that lockdown into the root onto Perks, who's barely getting himself out of that one. Rookie still escaping as Jankos goes in, but he can't quite find the kill.
They didn't even get his flash there. That is just insane from Rookie. He's able to turn it around, go positive on summoners when he is essentially getting 3v1 ganked there.
The hookshot flash actually missed coming through from Jankos. That might have been the crucial last auto attack or damage burst to take him down. Only cleanse Ning.
Ning tries to go in and start this fight off. Does get a little bit of damage down onto Jankos, but Jankos gets the grab and walks away. Ning continues going forward, but doesn't want to do anything else with it. If they got into a 2v2, the Shy wasn't quite level 6 just yet, but now both top laners have it.
A stabilizing moment for the side of IG, but not something necessarily tip this game. Have a pulverize in, but it's going to be a big trade onto Jackie Love. Let's see how G2 build from here. When they have their trio, which to me is a roaming Wadid and then Perks and Jankos, they have so much reliable pick CC. They should be able to accelerate the game, keep the kills up as we get a bit of a reminder of the last time Ning played that Lee Sin.
Yeah, 0-4-1, 25% kill participation, not his greatest moment. So far this game not going that fantastically for him, but again, we're only 7 minutes in as Perks will move up into enemy territory and again look to set the trap.
Oh, and Perks is behind Rookie. He has no idea about that.
Just seeing if maybe Rookie would go after his jungler there and try to find some cheeky damage onto Jankos so he could punish it, but Rookie knows better.
You can see Perks is, indexing towards the playmaking. He's building towards that proto belt. Going to be able to have even more playmaking potential, even more engaged potential here. He knows what his job is going to be as the Aftershock Lissandra. Get out to the sides, make plays.
But this triangle of vision is so big for G2 on the bottom side. You see a very advanced ward on the Raptors and the two more shallow of that. It basically means that if Alistar has control of the river and Camille's bot side, they have entire agency around the picks that can happen onto both Ning and also the mid lane. So for them to clear that vision so big as bot lane.
But did with the Hex Flash for Jackie Love, who uses the killer instinct to get himself over the wall to safety. Jankos makes his way down towards the bottom lane now as well, but upon seeing the control ward, immediately decides to bail away. Jackie's ultimate expended there means maybe there's a chance to look for something here in the near future, but it's Rookie going in onto Perks here in the mid lane yet again, trying to find that damage. Aftershock already going to be procced. Both junglers show up as the claw goes backwards. Perks tries to get himself away, but Jankos now going to be in some serious danger. The distortion in the auto attack. Rookie is a master at this champion, as we're going to see Wonder come in and clean up Ning. Now finds a disarm down onto Shy, who's in the World Ender, but still going to be in some trouble, taken down into the Resurrection. Wadid rotating over to the fight now as well, trying to find something. Rookie goes forward, getting himself back out of the way of the pulverize, and that'll be all.
It is one kill for each. Good job there by G2, bringing up the extra members, trying to trade back as Rookie may be looking for more, but the chain is not going to pull Wonder back in. And Rookie really has just been looking spectacular in this series. So hard to attack this guy, and the Shy, coming in, made that a 2v2 that was going to look very, very good for them.
Very much a bounty of finesse available when you're playing the LeBlanc, such a flexible champion. Didn't have cleanse, but had the Merc tread, so doesn't get stunned for the entire duration here. The Shy follows the claw to the back here, and while Rookie calculates damage precisely, taking down Yankos, Wonder's ability to get into the back line, and Ning at level 6. It's going to definitely be a trade kill. A trade kill is a small benefit IG because they were behind at this present point in the game, but it shows us that hopefully this boxing match is not going to be one team wailing on the other, but more of a blow-for-blow action.
Exactly, and it's so critical to see G2 still playing with confidence, to be looking for these plays, to be going forward after having a couple rough games. Certainly, speaks to their mental fortitude and to the fact that they are far from out of this series.
What I want to see them is to keep playing off the 2 control wards they have bot side and take the Infernal trade. That's where they're strongest with their Pixie around bot, but they're trying to snowball top side.
No ult on the Shy.
They know Shy doesn't have that free resurrection here. Wow,
Oh.
that's a good flash coming out from him to stay alive, but is it going to be enough? Wonder trying to get himself away, using the flash to do so. Yanko's taken down! He will find the kill in return, but now Rookie is on the hunt, looking to find even more damage. Down now onto Perks, getting himself back and forth with the distortions. As G2 retreats, it'll be 1-for-1 on this trade overall. Rookie's still going to be going forward, pops the cleanse, gets back over the wall, and he bites off more than he can chew, and Wonder's got that punish.
Yeah, punishing him big time for the face check there. Really nice combo from Wonder and Perks. They get the ultimate, which is cleanse, but Wonder is there with the stun immediately after, and that is enough to take down Rookie.
First moment of hubris this series for Rookie, you would say, who previously is finding double, triple kills wherever he goes. He goes too far, he has no backup. Well taken down by the side of G2. As we go back to this replay, the Shy flashing away from the hook shot once again. Those hook shots not registering, allows Ning the time to get here for the count again.
Yeah, not sure. No, he did actually hit everything there. So yeah, Ning just barely able to kill him off, but Shy not enough health to stay alive. And then Rookie feeling pretty confident about his trades here, but losing track of where they are and the fact that the ultimate's available.
He saw the control ward in the first push, so he knew the enemies saw him coming in, and that unfortunately means that with 2 members there, pretty trivial pickup. Speaking of pickups though, as we're in the replay, there is the Rift Herald taken very early by the Lee Sin in a solo fashion. See that one, where that one is parked, but for now IG back away, and the remaining trades we're seeing means that IG is still within closing distance of the gold lead for G2.
And G2 has had pretty poor objective control compared to a lot of other teams in this tournament, especially the ones remaining now that we're in the semifinal phase, only having a 16% take on Rift Herald, so not surprised to see IG walking away with that one, even though they're behind in gold right now. Yankos moves up, removes that control ward from the enemy jungle, and you can see there on your screen what I'm talking about. Herald control, not the best for the side of G2 Esports.
Honestly, when you're going for mostly a 1-3-1 style, you're prioritizing gold on and items on your solo laners rather than objectives, as Perks takes a nice little burst there from Rookie. So it's definitely a inevitable flow-on effect of how their playstyle is, but it's certainly something that IG could look to capitalize on, because we expect G2 to be second to something like the Infernal. We talked about playing around Infernal. It's still up, and 12 minutes in, no visit from either team.
I mean, it's definitely been 3 straight games now of the Rift Herald going to IG, and this game they are behind. We'll see if they can use that Rift to actually still try to challenge for the first turret, as they are not naturally doing so through winning lanes this time around.
And the biggest thing I'm looking at is this top lane. The past couple of games, we already talked about how crazy the Shy was, how much he was popping off. But this time around, Wonder is right back in the game. He's beating him by 20 CS. He's 2-0-2. Wonder is doing what G2 needs him to do to facilitate that win.
And you have to give credit to G2's team play to be getting him into that position. It was an early 3-man dive, and multiple times where G2 is grouping up and trying to attack this side of the map.
Here he goes again. Wonder looking for that 1v1. The Shy trading very evenly with him and getting himself back underneath the turret to just keep on farming up. Of course, Aatrox does have the ability to vamp some of that damage, as Perks will again move towards the enemy Raptor pit and see if maybe there's an opportunity to set something up. Will walk over a ward on his way through, but considering he's got Yankos nearby, he's not too worried.
They got the bot lane pushed into turret, and they have agency of the Infernal, so they're not worried about a reaction from Baolan and Jacula. A lot of turret damage here, potential just 2v2 takedown. of this turret. Worth noting also that Aurelia scales better and better in this matchup. Aatrox can't really disengage an all-in trade because all he has is auto attacks, and getting disarmed is so big that doesn't get full value out of his passive in particular, and that means Aurelia kind of wins harder with more items.
And with the incredible amount of mobility that Aurelia has, it becomes so hard to ever land the sweet spots as the Aatrox onto this champion who's going to be dashing around everywhere.
Dashing over the wall goes Rookie, finds a little bit of damage down onto Perks, but a good use of the Aftershock will make sure that doesn't hit too much harder. G2, for the first time this series, grab themselves first turret there in the bottom lane to make sure they're ahead of the Shelly push here in mid. Perks can be taken down to about half. Rookie can stay the same. Django's trying to buy some time, but now it's Wadid coming in from behind. Ning grabs the kill down onto Perks. It's going to be 1 for 0 for IG so far. Wadid's still going to be tanking up, but now the Vanguard's edge has been deployed. Wonder's coming in for the counterattack, and he cleans up Rookie as the Hextech ultimatum seals Jackie Love's fate, and G2 wins another fight.
Huge fight for them. They deny the Rift Herald from even getting a charge and pick up multiple kills. This is after getting first turret on the bottom side of the map, and for the first time in the series, G2 are showing signs of life.
They're using their Pixie C and their stronger laning phases on Perks and Wonder to punish moments that IG would have been able to expose them in games 1 and 2. IG may be able to backdoor an Infernal here, but that's all that's going to happen as all this momentum goes G2's way. I was worried when Perks got really far up trying to kill the Rift Herald that this might be G2 struggling because there's no way for Sivir to get here, but even though Perks goes down early, G2 makes this work.
And it's a lot of resources committed to kill him, as we see in this Acer Predator replay, and the Rift Herald already had gotten taken down. A great prompt from Jackie Love, but then Jankos simply ults him in. You're locked up, no way out against Jankos and Wonder there, piling in and taking down this Kaisa, who is a long way from really coming online.
Coming into this series, G2 had only been behind in 6 out of the 21 games they played during main stage and during play-ins put together. This is the first time this series we get to see them in their more natural habitat of being even or ahead at 15 minutes into the game. And again, these solo laners are where they want to be. Wonder, 3-0-3 on this Irelia. The man is popping off and finding what he needs to find. And bottom side, Hjarnan and Wadid just feel free to continue to push.
And during Champs we said, okay, it's not quite the same 1-3-1, but guess what? This 4-1 has a mountain of wave clear in Lissandra and Sivir, and then a super fed Aurelia to split in the top side while the 4-man unit can make pressure points around the map. So G2 actually are about as set up as can be with the champions that they drop.
Mid lane, G2 want to go in yet again. Jankos has to flash to get himself away, but Ning's able to find the follow with a nice kick back, and that shutdown credit over to Jackie Love. G2 not quite finding themselves the turret just yet. Jarnan's barely going to get himself away from the Glacial Fissure. The claw from Perks to take the escape, and what did will be the sacrifice as G2 lose 2.
Costly mistake there from G2. They so badly wanted that outer tower. Instead, they lose their cooldowns, they lose 2 kills, and they will lose their own mid lane turret here.
The moment that they saw specifically Ning walk up and land a Q on the Jankos there to get out, but they got greedy trying to also get the turret, spare the blushes of their jungler going down. And now IG know they have more members on the map.
And right as I was praising G2, things again look a little bit sketchy. Rookie going forward, not quite finding the chain, means Wonder gets to get away. And it would have been dire straits for him if that would have connected. Multiple members from IG coming up to collapse.
And a big shutdown available on Wonder. You know, you want to really be careful when you are those fed members, because here's the play one more time. Rookie does a good job avoiding a lot of this damage. Then Jankos trying to flash, but the Q connects anyway.
But they could still disengage with Hjarnan and Perks. They think, okay, we're fine. Baolan actually interrupts a couple of auto attacks with the Unbreakable, and then Hjarnan's out of position. He used his spell shield too early, and this is where a lot of small errors came together and coalesced into 2 kills and a bit of a foothold back into game number 3.
The shutdown very big there for Jackie Love, who had been behind, trying to get him back in it, but G2 staying proactive, looking again to target the Shy, who has really been kind of that punching bag for G2 this game.
And you can see on the gold graph, it just takes a hike right back up towards almost neutral after steadily going the way of G2 for so long because of that one big error. Infernal Drake will be next to spawn this game after the first one already went towards IG, and Now that they're back on neutral territory, that'll probably be a big fight.
I do want to mention that the scale was 2,700 gold. It's not a game-breaking gold lead that was surrendered. To me, it's still, okay, you're still sticking the control ward. You still have very good pick CC. In this world with almost no tanks, pick CC on a face check leads to kills, leads to Barons. G2 are still in a very comfortable position map control and tempo-wise, but if they don't capitalize on it, if we see a map reset and a control world lead for IG, then G2's early game starts to become less and less meaningful.
And G2 is still going to have to answer some questions about how strong will their team fighting be. Will they be able to close out purely through a side lane advantage that Wunder has? Or if they're forced into team fights against Jackie Love, who gets his comfort Kaisa, will they be up to that challenge? Will they be able to execute on the level that they're going to have to against this team?
500 gold separates the two squads now. Wunder goes in, finds the stun down to Jackie Love, who gets himself away for now. Wunder's still diving very deep, but he's going to be alone and shot down by Jackie. Fight still coming through. It's going to be 1-for-1 so far. Jackie's still trying to get himself away, going to be chased down by Perk. Jankos burst it down, and the kill kind of goes over to Yarn, and Jankos nearly felled, barely walks away, and G2 will keep their jungler alive, finding the 2-for-1. But here comes the Shy with the slam into the ground. Where will the fight go from here? As Wadid tries to turn it back around. Over onto Yarn goes the Shy. Wadid's going to be buying some time, but Rookie will take him out. The Shy continues going forward with a second slam to find himself another kill. Invictus Gaming has tied this game up in kills, and Perk stands alone.
G2 lost track of the Shy. Aatrox comes in, and Camille, who just wanted to go to a Raptor camp, found the Shy, and from there, this flank outnumbered ends up being a big one for IG.
I mean, Wunder is just going in so early here by himself, and while the rest of G2 is collapsing, is a lot of damage early on onto Wunder. Jackie Love picks up the juicy shutdown of 600 gold there, back-to-back fights for him.
But still, they can continue with their pick CC to go straight down mid, get kills, and it's still a trade-up. I still love it at the start from G2, especially because Jankos doesn't go down. There's no Baron to turn onto, but you don't want to sacrifice any kills. However, they lose track completely of the Shy, who doesn't full reset. He cuts through the enemy red side, and suddenly it's a full health ulted Aatrox that no one could deal with.
And knowing Yarnan has no flash available from the previous misstep at that mid lane turret, the Shy full commitment flashing forward onto him, and G2 dead even now on gold. The Infernal is up in 15. You have to feel like that is going to be a swing point in this game.
Speaking of swings, the Shy's been behind this game, but now he's up in farm. Now he's 2-2-2 in terms of that KDA. The man is as relevant as ever for his team. This is just one of those types of games where if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. G2 were ahead early. A couple of mistakes have set the game back to even, and now we need to see them really step up in the next few crucial moments.
IG are dotting their eyes, crossing their T's, trying to get the second Infernal.
It's just gone.
They're going to be taken low, secured by Ning as Jankos goes into the pit, going to start the fight, but he's 1 versus 2. Perk's coming in now as well. Ning taken very low, likely going to be killed to start this fight off. Woodid able to find some CC onto multiple people. Balon now going to be the target of the Vanguard's edge. Wunder trying to make something happen, but G2 look like they just want to disengage this one now. They already got the pick onto the enemy jungler. Oh! So many people! That's the Aatrox damage, and the Shy makes it happen.
The Shy finds everyone there. Rookie's still hunting.
Oh, Rookie makes it a double kill for himself. He cleans up Perks, and tragedy strikes for the EU LCS representatives. Rookie will continue, but out of mana means he's out of time to continue the chase.
How do you stop the Shy? He gets dove at level 3s, put so far behind, and he finds plays like that.
There's sweet spots, and there's a sweet spot on this many members. The play starts in the Jankos 2 lane. The Infernal goes down, they kill Ning, and you think, will there be a reset? If we've learned anything from this series, the answer is no.
And it was a great ult out from Jackie Love, then flash on the ultimate from Aurelia to get him to safety.
But watch the Shy, he's stunned up, and you think, okay, maybe this is done. Maybe there's not going to be an entrance. Doesn't have flash, remember. They G2 group up, and then a 2-man into 4-man sweet spot just decimates their health bar, and Jackie Love and Rookie get their cooldowns back up, and they're back.
The team piles in. Rookie and Jackie Love cleaning up so many kills there, and IG are just out team fighting. G2, they now have the gold lead. They now have 2 Infernals, and look at the damage done by the Shy in that fight.
10 times the damage of his jungler and 1,200 damage more than anyone on the enemy team. G2 has got to find a way to regain the composure they had earlier, to try to staunch this turning of the tides, because this is their last shot. They're already down 0-2 in this series. They need to bring this back into winnable territory. They've got the Hourglass and the Proto Belt on their mid laner. It's Trinity Force working towards the evolved items like the Sterix Gauge on the Irelia. They've got the tools, but they have the execution.
It's hard to say. I mean, you also have to remember, though so much of the playmaking has been from the IG solo laners, you now have Jackie Love on 2 items with a QSS. Knight's Vow is done. Zeke's is, a hair's breadth away from being done as well, and that is going to be a super powerful carry who's really hard to pick off.
But I want to reset expectations a little bit from the last couple of fights and remind ourselves, how does G2 win this game compositionally? Irelia still beats Aatrox in the side lane. Irelia bot lane pushing up and the 4-man squad getting Vision. Right now, Vision's being traded back, and IG say, we can't deal with the Irelia, but we kill Baron pretty fast.
G2 doesn't know. This Baron may just be gone. They're rushing it down so quickly.
Kaisa is so good at doing this.
Is it too late?
Yep. Blue Trinket is going to be placed down. Jankos wants to go over the wall. This is your hero moment, but it's going to be secured by Ning, and now Jankos finds himself dead. If IG had won the game before, they're in a great spot to come back and find huge gains right now. Wonder's behind enemy lines, running straight towards a turret. He wants to get away, but how long will he even be able to hold on? Ning goes in to find plenty of damage. Wonder tries to turn it back around, but he's already underneath the turret, and it's Baron +2 for Invictus Gaming. Has the Shyads insult to injury. Thanks for the leash.
They have families. IG are just taking everything now. You give them anything, and they are just completely taking over the game. And G2, it feels like the wheels have completely fallen off. They don't know how to respond.
Just as G2 are about to start a scenario where they had Irelia versus Aatrox and a Vision lead over the Baron, IG just skip a couple of steps. They got the cheat code. They go straight to Baron. G2 needed to respond 5, 6, 7 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
They take a bit of time, and in that time, they end up losing the maximum.
And IG, when this team gets Barons, the map explodes. They force things down, they team fight, they run at you, and the Baron power play is already up to 4,000 gold with half the duration still remaining.
And while Jankos got in, had an attempt at the steal, so hard to take it away from Lee Sin with the Q, execute, plus the smite, that combo gives him the advantage. He had the vision as well, and it was always going to be a worse than 50-50 chance for Jankos.
I think people are too results-oriented about mechanics, and it's just come back to, you had control over that area for 24 minutes, you lose it for 30 seconds, and the Baron is gone. That's a team execution on Vision that lets G2 down, and now they're in this spot.
And the Shy is somehow 3 levels up on Wonder.
Oh boy.
After the early game, that is a hell of a statement to make as he goes into World Ender, which is the green light for IG to go into the base. G2 support going to be taken very low, forced to pop the ultimate. IG will break inhibitor number 1 effortlessly. Inhibitor turret number 2 now under siege. That one will not be contested either, as inhibitor number 2 will follow suit.
Knowing IG, they may just keep pushing, but they are going to take the calm, measured approach here. They look like they want to back off.
Jankos stepping forward, seeing if maybe there's a pick to find. Yarnan goes in with the ultimate. Over the wall they go, seeing if maybe they can find something. Legit's going to be way too far forward. It's killing spree for Ning. And G2's mid laner's now going to be in some trouble. Belon's taken low and taken down. They're managing to find the entirety of the fight. The Shy goes on a killing spree. Yanko's going to go down. Perks is alone, but it will not matter. G2 is out of there, and IG will head right back into the base.
G2 accelerate their own demise. Perks is wasting Jackie Love's time. The death time is though they may be long enough, the game could still end.
Yeah. All Jackie has to do is keep Perks away. Rookie and the Shy continue the push. It's what did in 5 seconds. The minion wave is here. IG looks like they're going to get themselves out. They don't want to risk anything crazy, and G2 will have one more chance.
It's a smart call here from IG, and G2, that was desperation. That was such an overforce with, you see what in here, as Shy gets over the wall, you think that's going to be the end of it, but they are flashing over the wall, and look at Yarnan and Wonder. They have no way to get into the fight whatsoever, and then this kick here from Ning. He gets behind the team, Warthog over the wall, finds Yarnan with the Q through 3 members, and kicks him in, and that's when you knew G2 was done in the fight.
In the picture-in-picture, they actually lost their second inhibitor turret to minions as well. So now, it is a complete naked nexus on the top side. The damage numbers from Jackie Love has been an afterthought in this best of 5. 6,000 damage, more than basically the entire team combined again.
They gave him time. He has the items. He has the support and the protection now. And when you unlock this man on his Kaisa, he is certainly making them think twice.
When you unlock the Shy on the Rift, apparently starts with a 3-level lead.
It's open nexus. IG is saying this game, this series ends right here. Perk's getting himself back. Woodid's on the front line. Void Seeker fired off. G2 ends up trouble in there. There you go. Woodid's gonna be the first to drop. Shy goes on a rampage. Everyone else is stuck in the fountain, and IG will cleave through them all. The stun comes down. Yankos goes out. Killing spree over to Rookie. IG clean house, and in a clean sweep, they punch their ticket to the finals.
No questions left unanswered from IG. An extreme show of dominance here from the LPL representatives. The Shy and Rookie are, simply put, incredible.
And in a tournament desperate for a favorite, maybe we were front row seat, ladies and gentlemen, to the first favorite being crowned, or the most recent one at least, because at this point IG have rampaged through G2, and it's hard to see Fnatic or C9 being just as emphatic tomorrow as we saw from IG today.
And remember the road to get here. Both of these teams took down tournament favorites to even earn their spots today, and both of those series went the full distance. For IG to then beat their opponent now 3-0 is a hell of a statement, and they look ferocious going into that ultimate match.
They really do. The Shy throwing 3 different carry picks in the top lane, and no matter what happened, it felt like the Shy was going to win, that he was going to take control in the game. And you have to take a moment, though, and appreciate the run and the showing that G2 has put up at this Worlds, taking down RNG, making it through the play-in, making it through groups, and really a tournament to be proud of.
Their contribution to the tournament cannot be denied. They were the ones to eliminate RNG, the team on a golden road, scheduled to win every time of the year. That didn't happen. What I take away from this series, though, is my original